Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about another literary device that poets often use called alliteration. I'm going to read the first two sentences and I want to see if you can hear the similarities between these two sentences. Sarah solemnly sang the sweet, sweet song. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. What did you notice that both of these sentences had? Did you notice that both of these sentences had consonant sounds that were the same? Did you notice the multiple S's at the beginning of the words? That's what alliteration is. Poets will use the same consonant sound at the beginning of as many words as they want to within a line in order to make their poems more interesting, sometimes to make people laugh, sometimes to set a mood. So alliteration is used by poets just to make their poetry better. All right, so here's your job today. This is the graphic organizer you are going to use to plan for a poem that will be called Clever Kid. And here is what your draft will look like. And both of these papers can be found in your poetry booklet. Okay, now to plan for your Clever Kid poem, you want to think of as many words that start with the C, K, or QU sounds because these letters have similar beginning sounds. K, k, k. So they have similar sounds. So if you can think of words that start with these sounds, you will have a large pool of words to draw from when you go to write your first draft of Clever Kid. All right, so now, just a reminder, when you are looking for words that are nouns, you're thinking of words that are people, places, or things. Now, I'll give you some examples. Okay, the word queen is a person. So that is one example. A cat, an animal. That is another example. A place, California, a beautiful state in the States. These are people, places, and things. I'm going to give you only 3, but you are going to list as many as you can of words that start with C, K, or QU. Here's a K one, koala. All right, but you're going to come up with a lot more. Okay, so keep in mind that nouns are people, places, or things. You are also going to think of some verbs that start with C, K, or QU. Now, verbs are action words. They are the things that you do, things you do in your sentences. Let me give you some examples. There's crawl. There's quit. There's cuddle. These are words explaining things that you do. They are action words. You are going to list not just 3, but as many as you can. All right? The more words you have on this page, the better your poem will be because you'll have more words to draw from. Finally, you are going to make a list of adjectives. Adjectives are the words that describe the nouns. So what are some good adjective words? Well, here's a fun one, cute. How about careful or cuddly? Now here's a fun thing that you can do to help you think of a whole bunch of fun and interesting words for your poem. You can actually go into Google on your computer or on your tablet and type in nouns that start with C or nouns that start with K. You can do verbs that start with C or verbs that start with QU. You can Google this and they will give you websites that have a whole bunch of words and then you can make a list of them here. Okay, so use what we would have done in class is I would have had you use dictionaries to go under C, K, or QU to find nouns. And if you have a dictionary at home, you can do that. Go to C in your dictionary and look for words that are nouns and so on. Make a list as long as you can. Okay, when you're done making your word lists of words that start with C, K, or QU, you're going to use this graphic organizer to create a really fun poem that uses alliteration. The name of this poem is called Clever Kid. Now the beginning of the poem is all going to be about things you can't do. And you'll notice it has that k sound, just like the words that you found in your word list. These are things you can't do. You can be silly up here. This is really fun, just things you can't do. Like I can't, let's see, I can't crawl to California. That is definitely something you would not want to do, okay? Do you notice I have a C, C, C? So I get that sound alliteration. K, k, k. I can't crawl to California. Now, I do have the word to there, and you know what? That's okay, because sometimes you're going to need a word in between words to help your sentence make sense. But the goal here is to get as many words as you can that have that k sound. Now remember, the top part is things that you can't do, and they can be silly. The bottom part is things that you can do. I can cuddle a cute calico cat. There we go. Do you notice I have k, 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 k? I have as many C words as I can in this line so that I create a poem that demonstrates alliteration. Can I cuddle a cute calico cat? Sure I can. These are things I can do. So the bottom 3 lines are going to be lines using as many of the words that you had listed here to make a line that describes things you can do, because guess what? You are a clever kid. All right? All right, that's your goal. Number 1, fill in your graphic organizer. Use Google if you want to, of nouns that start with CK or QU, verbs that start with CK or QU, and adjectives that start with CK and QU. These words are going to be used to create a really fun poem called Clever Kid that uses alliteration, where you're going to try to have as many of that k sound in each line. The first part of your poem is silly stuff, things that you can't do, okay? The second part of your poem are things that you can do, okay? These cannot be as silly. These are things that you can actually do, because there are lots of things a clever kid like me can do. Okay, everybody, have fun with your poem, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.